The e-myth is the myth that because you are good at a particular job, say you're a plumber or a photographer or a website designer, and you are brilliant at designing websites or taking photos or doing the plumbing, and you think, well, I could start my own business. And then all the detail gets in the way, and then you realize you have to start planning where you're going to go with the business. You have to start hiring people, and it becomes this huge thing. And so the problem with a lot of small businesses, and that's why Michael Gerber wrote this book, is that just because you're good at doing the work, and that's this technician side here, doesn't necessarily mean that you're the kind of person who can manage and run and develop the business. Now, many people are. There's loads of people who start businesses and then they flourish and grow and they add team members and everything becomes wonderful. But what we wanted to highlight here is that there is a difference between the person who has the brilliant ideas, is very visionary, thinks big picture, changes direction very, very quickly, as opposed to the person who does the product, creates the service, thinks about the day-to-day details, understands the how-to. When you start your own business, if you're all by yourself, you're all of these things together. As you grow, they start to break apart. And Paul was explaining about that he had an accountancy practice, which he's now sold, because he wanted to, get to where he wanted to go. And so what you have to think about is where am I on this scale right now? Am I just spending all of my time being the technician, or am I getting some time to be a true entrepreneur? I think we have in our minds that an entrepreneur is somebody who starts a business. And that is a bold thing to do, and it's brave and it's valid and it's amazing. But if you start it and then it just kind of crumbles because you're not thinking big picture, you're not hiring people, you're not bringing them on board, you're not doing this stuff, then is that really a true entrepreneur, or is that somebody who's figuring out where they're at and what kind of person they are? I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, Paul, from your.
Yeah, the example that I like to use to help a business owner make the transition is the difference between an instrument player in an orchestra and the conductor of the orchestra. So the person who plays the instrument would be the technician. So when I try to help clients make the evolution to be the conductor, what I'm talking about is to stop playing the instrument and becoming a person who conducts a number of instrument players in order to create wonderful music. And when go to you see an orchestra play, you'll notice the person that gets credited for the music is the conductor, but the conductor is not actually playing any instruments. And so that kind of example is the way I talk to business owners saying, if you're the technician, you are the instrument player, but really you want to look for a way to transition to be the conductor of the orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what I'm talking about. And to me, an entrepreneur is a good conductor of an orchestra. It absolutely doesn't hurt to know the technical abilities of your business. I mean, that's important. But a conductor and an entrepreneur, to me, the skills that you are developing are the ability to, clearly communicate your vision for the future, your ability to assemble a team of people, your ability to motivate them, and those are all different entrepreneurial skills, which I believe are the skills you want to develop to help you grow your business.
Excellent. Thanks for that. And I would definitely agree with that in the sense that about understanding which one you are and which one you want to be. There are some people who think they want to be, Paul's definition of a true entrepreneur, and they don't. They want to be an instrument player. They want to be in there in the band playing the violin. And if that's what you want to do, then being the conductor is not what you should be shooting for. Most people who start their own businesses do eventually want to be the conductor. They want to get themselves to a bigger visionary place, and that's just a really important thing to consider. And I know people have done this. I have a friend who's started off just doing wedding photography himself, and then he built a whole luxury wedding photography business, and then he built an online wedding album organization, and he's just built business upon business upon business, and now he hardly takes any wedding photos himself at all, because he loved that for a while, but then he set aside the technical bits, and now he just manages all the people in the big picture and comes up with brilliant ideas and has people um, achieve them. And it is a really exciting feeling when you come up with an idea, and instead of having to work for 5 years on it yourself, then you give it to people who are talented and exceptional, and they make it happen. And that is really, really exciting.